Hey there, it's Raina with LYLO Crafts, and I am so excited to be with you today. Gosh, it has been a hot minute, right, since I have been on, and so many things have been running through my mind and plans that I have started, and I have such a fun announcement that I can't wait to share with you. That'll be coming up a little bit later in this video. But as we get started for the new year, have you guys done any spring cleaning? So, you know what? I am of the mindset that I myself needed to get rid of some of the old or clear it out to make space for some of the new. So with that, let's jump into our first project. So I got these baskets at the Goodwill bins, and I paid, I believe, maybe about $2.50 for both of these baskets, which did come with these liners. I did take them off and I washed them and I dried them so that they are all clean. So we're ready to put them back on the baskets. But I did notice that this basket right here has this little imperfection right there. And so all I'm gonna do, because this is black, is take my black Sharpie and go in here and color this up. And I can put this on the back side so you won't see it at all anyway, but I can totally touch this up, and you could do it with a stain pen or anything that you had, you know, on hand. But I happen to have this black Sharpie, and so that is what I'm gonna use right there. And it's got like a little wear spot over here. And so all I'm gonna do is just quickly touch this little basket up with these spots. And can you believe it? Look at this picture. This is currently at Michael's, so $26 for one basket, and this one is a hair bigger than that one, so super comparable in size, and that doesn't even include the second basket. And so I love going to a thrift store to find these baskets and give them new life and repurpose them and use them. And you can use these anywhere. I think they would be adorable in like a bathroom to put like your washcloths or anything that you want to display in an open shelf, or even a smaller one on your counter. And so next I am gonna put the liner back in. Okay, there we go. And then on the front over here, I'm just gonna go ahead and retie this in a knot. Okay, there we go. We've got it. It's all ready to be used. And I'm gonna repeat these very same steps for this second basket. First, coloring it in and then adding the liner back in. Okay, there we go. So now we're all set to use these. So now I'm gonna go ahead and clean out this shelf, first by vacuuming up any of the crumbs and then wiping it out with disinfectant so that it is nice and clean. And so I had these in my stash. They were given to me, these little signs. And what I want to do is try and bring out some of that extra detail on there. So I am putting a little bit of white acrylic paint on my finger and then just highlighting over the raised spots on each of these signs. And if you happen to put a little bit too much paint on, like I did on the top, just make sure you hit it with a wet paper towel before it dries in place, and you can just remove it right off. So I'm just gonna let that dry, and then I'll come back and hit that little spot again. So that is what that looks like. So I'm going to continue on with the rest of these, and then we'll come back and we'll put the labels on. So I got this Cricut Joy Extra for Christmas, and I haven't even opened the box yet. So I'm going to go ahead and take it out and get it set up, and then we'll try and make our labels. So I'm using Cricut Design Space to create the labels in the font that I wanted, and I'm gonna send it to the Cricut Joy and have it cut them out. So while it is cutting them out, I would love to hear, what things are you doing for the new year? Did you make New Year's resolutions or goals? How is that going so far? I know for me, one of the things that I did this year was dream, because I really haven't spent some time dreaming. So I wrote down dreams and then also some long-term goals, and then I worked my way back into the goals that I wanted for this year based on the long-term goals that I set. And yes, those dreams have everything to do with the big announcement that I'm going to make on this video coming up soon. So the next step is, once it has finished printing, I'm going to just go ahead and cut it inside my paper cutter. I'm cutting this permanent vinyl, and I'm separating the piece that I am now going to weed. And I decided once I cut that off, you know what, it would be easier if I cut the words out individually to go ahead and remove them, the background, from the vinyl. So what you want to do is leave the word attached to the backing piece and pull the excess vinyl right off, just like I'm doing here. And now once we've got that vinyl removed, we want to do something called weeding, which is taking out like the inside or excess pieces of the letters that we do not want to show on our words. So like the inside of an O or the inside of an A. And I'm going to go ahead and do that for all of the words. And now that I've got that word weeded, I'm going to take something called transfer tape. So I'm just holding my word up to it to measure it, and then I'm just going to cut off a piece of this transfer tape the same size as the word, and I'm going to pull off the backing of the transfer tape and separate it, and then I'm going to put that straight onto the word. And now what I'm doing is just applying pressure with my finger over the word, and then also taking my scraper to really make the transfer tape adhere to the vinyl. And I'm peeling back just a corner to make sure that the letters are coming up the way that I want. And they were a little bit sticky, so I'm just going to keep going over it with a scraper and applying pressure until the whole word is transferred onto the transfer tape. And now that I've got my word separated and it is on the transfer tape, I am going to line it up and apply it onto my sweet little signs for the pantry. And what I thought was, you know what, I have this 0 ruler where the 0 is in the middle, and that might be good to use to line that up. So I've got that below, and then I'm lining the middle of the word up with that so that I can go ahead and apply the label right on it. And I'm using my finger again to apply that pressure to make sure that the letters are sticking on to my metal sign. And I am slowly pulling back that transfer tape to make sure that all the letters are sticking, and you can see the tail of the A was a little bit fussy because it's so thin. So I just went over it a few times with my little scraper and also my fingernail until it stuck down perfectly. And I just peeled the rest of it off. Oh, I am just in LOVE with that. I think it looks so great. So I'm just going to go ahead and repeat the process for the rest of them. So now we're back in the pantry, and I'm putting back the bins that these go on. I've attached them with a clothespin, and I just wanted you to see how great they look. Oh my goodness, I am in love with it. And here are those baskets, and I am using them to hold snacks. And so I just anchored those underneath the basket. And as we look down below, I even made some for our sweet little dog buddy for his doggy treats. As you can see, I am physically doing those things of cleaning out and resetting for the new year, but I also was thinking like, gosh, what in my life do I need to do? What did I really love and enjoy doing last year? And what things did I not enjoy so much? So this year, I'm going to let go of some things to make space for some new things. And so the first thing I want to share is that I am going to start a second channel. So this one's going to continue. I'm still going to do paper crafting on here. And of course, at Christmas time, some gingerbread for sure. But what I realized is one of the things I love doing are DIY projects. And I certainly love to go thrifting. I'm starting a new channel called Cozy Discoveries. And the focus is going to be on home, heart, and handmade. So really excited to do things like decorate and thrift flips and make your house a home, and how do you do nice decor on less money? How do you warm up spaces with vintage? So many wonderful projects. I'll take you on thrifting adventures too on that channel as well. So I'm still in the planning, but I did get that name and I have that on YouTube. So I'll put a link to that in the description below. We'll be launching that channel in February. So please click the link, subscribe, share it with your friends. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm going to take you on the journey of starting a business as well. Okay, so let's get into the next project. So next, I wanted to repurpose some of these little signs that I have been using, and I got them from the Dollar Tree. And what I thought I would do was paint them out with some chalkboard paint so the entire sign was black, so it'd be more cohesive with the ones that I just added into the pantry. And so I'm covering them over with chalk paint, and I'm gonna go ahead and let them dry. So as a sneak peek for some of the things that I'll be sharing on my channel, I thrifted this beautiful plate. Isn't that gorgeous? And it came with these mugs. So I have 3 of these plates and 3 of these mugs. So I'm gonna be sharing one of my ideas for what I'm gonna do with this plate and then also this mug in an upcoming video. Another thrift flip that I'm gonna have for your home is this. Look at this, awesome, look, it spins. So I'm going to slightly alter this and have this be available to anybody who would like to purchase it in the future. So that's just a sneak peek, and I hope that you will come back to see even more. And let's get into the next project. And so here is how they turned out. I think they turned out so great. I have 2 that have a little bit that the transfer tape pulled away. And so I do want to touch those up with just a dab of paint. Okay, that is it. I am thrilled. And I will show you how I'm using them in my pantry. And here is how they look in the pantry. And each of these bins are from the Dollar Tree. And I've had them, as well as the clips are from the Dollar Tree. So you can see that we've got bars and snacks and tea. This is how they all look on the shelf. I love it. And I want to say a very special thank you to Ms. Barbara Johnson, who sent me this. Oh my gosh, look at this gingerbread like mini album or tag flip. And she decorated every page with a beautiful gingerbread goodness. I cannot wait. I'm definitely going to be using this next year. I just think it's absolutely the sweetest. And Barbara, I love all the embellishments, all the details, and you know, especially all the gingerbread that you put into it. It's such a cute idea. So she took these gingerbread faces and put them on popsicle sticks. Look at that, how cute are those? So those will go great in any kind of an arrangement, in your tree, in your journals, to tie on a package. I mean, so many wonderful uses for these. So thank you so much, Barbara, and thank you guys too for tuning back in with me today. I'm so excited for the new year, and please make sure to go and check out my new channel and subscribe. And I hope you have an amazing day. Bye-bye.